in to the Hood Paralegal Podcast. It's your boy Corey once again. And this episode, we continuing. It's going to be part 3 of our financial literacy segment on protecting your credit, and protecting the brand overall. Now, this episode, we're going to be talking about how to protect your credit inquiries, which make up 10% of your credit score. And this is the do number 3. Now, anytime you apply for credit, the company you're applying for will check your credit. And this is true for a credit card, a loan, and to open a utility account when you get a cable or cell phone plan. And sometimes even when you want to rent something like an apartment, furniture, or even a commercial space for an event. And some employers might even run your credit when you apply for a job. And they might see your credit as a reflection of your character and trustworthiness. Now, why should any of this matter to your score? Because when the company checks your credit with your permission, i.e., you shared your social security number, that tells the credit reporting companies that you're trying to open a new account or get a new loan or potentially get a new expense that'll cost you money every month. And that means the potential for you to be in debt. Now, the greater the possibility you could one day file for bankruptcy. It's not a sure thing that you will, but the potential is that there's now, and lenders can be drama queens, so they worry when you apply for new credit. Plus, the credit inquiries can negatively affect your score for up to 12 months and stay on your credit report for 2 years. Now, though credit inquiries are counted only as 10% of your score, they present a pretty easy opportunity for gaining points and maintaining good credit. Now, it's easy because in most cases you have control and can limit this number of inquiries that you can run. And you want to think of your credit as a collection of your personal information that you don't want to share with just anyone. Just like you might have a little credit baby and you got to protect it. Now, don't let anyone just hold that baby. Now, there are 2 types of credit inquiries, soft and hard. That's important to know the difference because they affect your credit differently. And when the employer runs your quick credit check on your credit or your credit card company sends an unsolicited pre-approval offer, that's a soft inquiry. And when you request your own credit report, that's soft again. But when a bank, a credit union, or a car dealer checks on you with permission, that's considered a hard inquiry. Now, here are the details about each type of pull. I'm going to start with the soft credit inquiries, also known as the soft pull. They do not require your permission. They do not impact your credit score at all. And they pull partial information to see if you meet the most basic approval guidelines that a company has in place. And they can grant you pre-qualification. Credit card companies and lenders will want to soft pull on you before sending product offerings, such as those promos for to open up account with their store, company, or car, whatever it may be. Now, think of a soft pull like a lender looking to get just enough information to be able to judge what kind of day it is, but not a detailed forecast. Now, the hard inquiries, which is considered the hard pulls, these require your permission. They impact your credit score, and they actually your social security number. Now, you want to think of a hard inquiry like the same lender getting permission to watch the Weather Channel and getting the forecast. They have access to detailed information, and as a result, they have
calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
They have a much better ability to judge what kind of day it is. Now, checking your own credit. When you pull your own credit, this is not considered a hard inquiry. It's soft. You can pull your own credit as many times as you want. The reason that multiple hard inquiries bring down your score is because to lenders, it look like you're trying to borrow a lot of money within a short period of time. And that's a clear red flag. But when you look at your own score, lenders know that you're not trying to borrow from yourself and that you're just checking up on it. Now I want to talk about how to protect your credit inquiries. Number 1, always ask what type of inquiry and application will trigger. Whether you are applying for a credit online, over the phone, or in person, be sure to find out if you're authorizing a hard inquiry. And remember, if you're required to provide full social and approving a hard pull, and this will likely lead to at least a temporary drop in your credit score. This does not mean you shouldn't authorize a hard inquiry. You just want to be selective and protective. Now, if you don't overuse hard inquiries, it might not even impact the report. Number two, you want to take advantage of the shop around rule. And when you are shopping rates for a loan, typically for something like a mortgage, car, or a student loan, you get a little leeway with the hard inquiries. And the credit scoring models will recognize that you're out there shopping around for your car or house, and they give you a grace period to do this shopping, but not too much. And depending on the specific model, you will get between 14 and 45 days to shop for this type of loan. But you should always stay in the middle at about 30 days during this window, so you can have multiple hard inquiries for the same type of loan. But they will only count as one. Now, this doesn't mean that they won't show up on your credit report. It just means the inquiry won't affect your credit score. Now, if you shop for rates for all around town, every inquiry will appear on your credit file. Now, it's legally, it has to be listed on your credit report. And this is a good thing because it's all about providing full transparency to a consumer, to you as a consumer, Now, if you're looking for a mortgage, rather than having each lender run your credit and take down all your personal info, you can do some preliminary mortgage rate comparison shopping by providing your credit score yourself. And while a mortgage banker or a broker will prefer you to pull your credit themselves, most can generate a quote based on your credit score alone that you share with them. And all you have to do is ask. Now, the shop around rule does not apply to credit cards and personal loans. With these type of loans, they're going to apply the he or she is shopping around too much rule. And basically, that's when credit scoring models see multiple inquiries in a short amount of time for credit cards, which is a red flag, and it's seen as an act of desperation and consider an alert that you might be at risk for bankruptcy. Now, when this happens, you might start to see some type of credit accounts getting closed. You might see some of your car limits start decreasing also, and you might see your score drop dramatically, even though credit inquiries only count for 10% of your score. And this is the way lenders try to protect themselves from people who are likely not to pay. And with the lower credit score, the lower credit card limits you have, less of a chance to get into more debt. Now, remember this. If one creditor knows, the rest know too. Now, did you know that if you're late or behind on one debt, it might affect your relationship with a totally different lender? That's true because nobody gossips more than financial institutions. They tell each other all your business, and if you're late with one, your relationship with a totally unrelated lender may be affected. The main source of gossip is something called check systems, which is a verification service and consumer reporting agency. And any information reported to check system is usually removed from your file after 5 years. And during that time, it can be hard, but not impossible to get a bank account at another bank. If you've been reported to check systems, you still can have and use a bank account that offers a second chance checking account. Now, number 3, don't apply for any and all credit cards. To prevent sending out a signal of desperation, keep your credit card applications to a minimum. This includes saying no thanks to all those promotional offers at the mall, 20% savings today if you open with a card with us. No matter where you're shopping, they're going to run a hard inquiry if you apply for those credit cards. And if they deny the card, the hard inquiry still goes a report anyway. So you may lose points on your credit score for no benefit and no savings at that store at all. And if they improve your score or your card, you might save money in the short term, but the long term cost that result from the lower credit score could be even greater. So remember, with these credit inquiries that make up 10% of your score, be selective and protective. And thanks everybody once again for tuning in another week of the Hood Paralegal Podcast. And I hope these tips is beneficial and will help you on your financial journey. And always remember, too many credit inquiries presents a red flag. And continuously check your credit reports if you have it, because you need to know what's going on with your financial report card. and always protect the brand. And everyone have a success and blessed week and success to all. And keep the positive energy flowing. And thanks everybody, and share and tune in and like and comment on all platforms. Thank you for everybody for tuning in and have a blessed week. Love.